Hello students, today we will discuss about the resolution of vectors. As we study the addition and subtraction of the vectors and multiplication of a vector, similarly, we also discuss about the resolution of vector. Vector can be resolved in two components when an object is present in the plane. As we know, plane is two dimension. And we can resolve a vector into three components when particle is present in the space, because space is a three-dimensional, right? Here in the physics, whenever you see a vector quantity at an angle theta, you resolve it into two component, right? For example, a vector is acting at an angle theta with the horizontal. Resolve that vector quantity in two components. Here we have two components generally. One is the horizontal component and second one is the vertical component. Horizontal component is along the x-axis and vertical component is along the y-axis. The axis which makes the angle with the vector is a horizontal, means which makes theta angle. That line will be the horizontal component and the remaining component will be the vertical component. Here there are many examples to show how to resolve a vector. For example, we walk on the ground is also example of resolution of a vector. While rolling a roller, either pulling or pushing, it is also example of resolution of a vector. Today we will discuss how the vectors can be resolved in a plane and in a space. Let's start. Resolution of vector. Resolve means break. The process of splitting a vector into two or more vectors in the different direction in such a way that their result combined effect is same as that of the given vector, right? Resolution of a vector, it is a process of splitting a vector in two different directions in such a way that their combined effect is same as that of the given vector. For example, we have a r vector and resolve this r vector into the a vector and b vector which are acting in the different directions. Their resultant will be the combined effect of these two vectors. For example, a vector is represented by OP and B vector is represented by PQ and R is the resultant vector. R is resolved and this forms the sides of the triangle that OP and PQ are in order and the given vector is represented by OQ. From the triangle of vector addition, OQ is equal to OP plus PQ, where OQ is R and OP is MA plus PQ is NB. Means, for example, it is a 5 Newton, this is 3 Newton and this is 2 Newton. 5, 3 and 2 Newton combined to gives the 5 Newton, which is the resultant vector. Right? Resolve the 5 Newton vector in such a way that the combined effect of the A vector and B vector will give the same vector. Right? Next we have rectangular component of the vectors or resolution or rectangular or resolution of the vector into two mutually perpendicular vectors. Rectangular components are those components which are perpendicular to each other. When a vector is resolved into its component in such a way that the components are mutually perpendicular to each other are called rectangular components of the given vector. Let us take a plane. This is the x-axis, this is y-axis. Suppose the particle is at point P and OP is a position vector which is represented by a vector A. It makes an angle theta with the x-axis. Now ax and ay are its two components. Ax component is known as horizontal component and ay component is known as vertical component. Now we have to find the value of ax component and ay component. So draw a perpendicular from point P to M and from point P to N. According to triangle law of vector addition, OP is a vector which is equal to OM plus MP, or OP vector is equal to ON plus PN vector. So we write OP vector is equal to OM vector plus ON vector, right? A vector, OP is a vector, OM is AX, ON is AY. These are the components of vector. AX vector can be written as AX into I unit vector. A unit vector is defined as a vector defined by its magnitude, right? A vector defined by its magnitude, I unit vector. So in place of AX vector, we can write magnitude of AX into I unit vector plus magnitude of AY vector into J vector. I unit vector is along x-axis and J unit vector is along the y-axis. Now we have to find the values of AX vector and AY vector. In the triangle OPM या OMP, we get OM upon OP, apply the trigonometric ratios. OM upon OP is equal to cos of theta because we have to find the value of OM. OM is equal to OP cos theta. OP is a vector into cos theta. OM is AX vector. So the horizontal component of the vector is A cos theta. Similarly, we have to find the vertical component, which is the AY. So MP upon OP is equal to sin theta. MP is equal to OP sin theta. MP is AY. OP is A into sin theta. Now we have the two components AX and AY. AX has the value A cos theta and AY has the value A sin theta. Now squaring and adding both of these equations, we get AX square plus AY square is equal to A square cos square theta plus A square sin square theta, and we get AX square plus AY square is equal to A square, and the resultant of the two components will be a vector which is equal to under the root में AX square plus AY square. We can also find the direction of these two vectors by taking the tangent of the angle. Tangent theta is perpendicular upon base, and perpendicular in the triangle is AY and base is AX. So AY upon AX, theta is equal to tangent inverse of AY upon AX. Next question, which is based upon the components of the resolution of the vector. What will be the horizontal and the vertical component? What is the horizontal component? Cos theta component is horizontal and sin theta component is vertical component. Force of 50 Newton that is inclined to 60 degree. Force is given 50 Newton and the angle is given 60 degree. You have to find the horizontal component and vertical component. As horizontal component is written as Fx, which is equal to F cos theta. F is 50, cos 60 is 1 by 2, so we get 25 Newton. Fy is the vertical component, which is equal to F sin theta. F is 50 and sin 60 degrees and root 3 by 2, so we get 25 root 3 Newton. Right? These are the rectangular component. What are the rectangular components? Those components which are perpendicular to each other are known as rectangular component. But these are the two components. It means these are the components in the plane. Next we have to do these components in the space. Means we should have three components. rectangular component of the vector in the 3 dimensions or resolution of the vector in the 3Ds. Let us take OA vector. Draw a parallelepiped across it. OA represents the diagonal of the parallelepiped. A intercept along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. AX, AY, AZ are the 3 rectangular components of the vector OA, which is represented by A. OP represents a vector, A vector. Draw a parallelepiped in such a way that the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis intercept with this parallelepiped. Apply the triangle law of vector addition to triangle OOTP. We know that OP is in this direction, OT is in this direction and TP is in upward direction. So, according to triangle law of vector addition, OT plus TP is equal to OP. So, we write OP vector is equal to OT plus TP vector. OT vector, this is the OT vector, which can be represented as the resultant of the OQ vector and OR vector. So, we write in place of the OT, OQ plus OR. So, in the first equation, put the value of second, we get OP vector is equal to OQ vector plus OR vector plus TP vector, where TP vector is parallel to the OS vector, because this is a parallelepiped. So TP vector is parallel to OS. So we write OP is equal to OQ plus OR plus OS. OP is a vector, OQ is represented AX, OR is represented AY and OS is represented as AZ. So it becomes AX vector is replaced by a vector by a magnitude of the vector multiplied by the unit vector. Magnitude of the vector multiplied by the unit vector, again magnitude of the vector and the unit vector. So A vector becomes AX into I unit vector plus AY into J unit vector plus AZ is into K unit vector. Now we have to find the direction cosines of vectors. Let cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are the direction cosines of vector. Cos is based upon hypotenuse. Go into the triangle and cos alpha is equal to AX upon A vector. Cos beta is equal to AY upon A vector, cos gamma is equal to AZ upon A vector, and find the value of the AX, AY and AZ. AX is equal to A cos alpha, AY is equal to A cos beta and AZ is equal to A cos gamma, where cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are the x-axis, y-axis, z components of the vectors. Now, OP vector, OP square is equal to OT square plus TP square. Apply the Pythagoras theorem. OT square can be written as OQ square plus OT square. So, OP square is equal to OQ square, QT square plus TP square. Now, OP is replaced by A square, OQ is replaced by AX, OT is replaced by AY and TP is replaced by AZ. So, A is equal to under the root AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. Now, to find the magnitude of all these vector components, so AX square value is A square cos square alpha. The value of AY is A cos beta and the value of AZ is A cos gamma. It becomes A square is equal to A, cos alpha is equal to AX upon A and AX is equal to under the root में Magnitude of A will be ax square, ay square plus az square. Cos of beta ay upon a is equal to ay upon under the root में ax square plus ay square plus az square. Cos gamma az upon z, az upon a, az upon a, the value of a is ax square plus ay square plus az square under the root. Now, position and displacement vector in the space. Let us consider a frame of reference. In the space, we have the three coordinates x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Suppose a particle is at point P whose coordinates are x, y and z. OP represents a position vector represented by a r vector. So the r vector have the three component xi unit vector, yj unit vector and zk unit vector. Magnitude of r is x square plus y square plus z square. Next we have displacement vector. Suppose at any time t, the particle is at point P, whose coordinates are x1, y1 and z1. And after some time, the particle reaches at the Q, whose coordinates are x2, y2, z2. OP is represent a position vector represented by r1. OQ is represent the position vector represented by r2. So r1 is equal to xi unit vector plus yj unit vector plus zk unit vector. And r2 is x2 unit vector, y2j unit vector plus zk unit vector. Displacement vector can be written as delta r, which is r2 minus r1. Putting the value of r2 and r1, we get the delta r is equal to x2 minus x1 into I unit vector plus y2 minus y1 j unit vector plus z2 minus z1 k unit vector. Next, we will study about the application of resolution of vector. First, walking of a man is the example of resolution of vector. When we walk on the ground, our feet press the ground in backward direction at an angle theta, and the ground will give the opposite reaction at an angle theta. F is the force applied by foot, R is the reaction applied by the ground. As we know, action and reactions are equal and opposite. Now, the following forces are acting on the foot. First of all, weight in downward direction and force applied at an angle, that is the reaction. As we know in the physics, whenever you see a vector quantity and at an angle theta, just resolve it. It has two components, Rx and Ry. Rx is horizontal component represented by r cos theta, and Ry is the vertical component given by the r sin theta. Right? R sin theta acting vertically upward direction, and the weight of the body is acting vertically downward direction. Weight always act vertically downward direction. So r sin theta and the mg both are the forces and are in opposite direction, so they will cancel out the effect of each other. It only Rx component remain there, which helps the man to walk in forward. Thus, resolution of a vector, thus walking of a man is the example of resolution of a vector. That's all for today. Next application we will do tomorrow. Thank you, beta.